Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Eala to come back stronger for French Open women's doubles. The Pinay athlete is next set to compete in the women's doubles alongside Mexico's Renata Zarazúa. They'll face off against Britain's Emily Appleton and Spain's Yvonne Cavalle-Reimers at 9:00 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. A supposed May 28 match with Ukraine's Marta Kostyuk and Romania's Elena-Gabriela Ruse was cancelled. This came after Eala fell short against Colombia's Emiliana Arango on May 25 with a score of 0-6, 6-2, 3-6, ending her debut stint at the first round of the French Open's women's singles. First Grand Slam main draw in the books. Back to the drawing board for now, but we'll come back stronger next time, she wrote in an Instagram post. Arango will advance to the second round of the women's singles against China's Qinwen Zheng, World No. 8 and Paris Olympics gold medalist. Among the top contenders at Roland Garros are defending champion Iga Swiatek, Jessica Pegula, who defeated Eala at the Miami Open, Mira Andreeva, and Emma Navarro. Eala made headlines as the first Filipino to compete in a Grand Slam. She quickly rose to fame after finishing in the semifinals during the Miami Open, historically beating 3 Grand Slam winners in Jenna Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Swiatek. From being 140th in the world, Eala moved up to becoming No. 69 in the Women's Tennis Association rankings. In a press conference on April 8, Eala shared that she's confident that she'll be able to achieve a Grand Slam one day and that she hopes to compete in the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. She recently celebrated her 20th birthday in Paris. The red clay of Roland Garros has always demanded more than just skill, it demands stole. For Eala, the 19-year-old tennis prodigy from the Philippines, the clay wasn't just another surface. It was a proving ground, a place where champions were carved from sweat, heartbreak, and relentless resilience. It was here, under the watchful eyes of Parisian crowds and the ghosts of champions past, that Alex vowed to write her own story, a story not of defeat, but of redemption. The fall, the 2024 French Open, had not been kind to her. Paired with an experienced doubles partner, expectations had been high. Tennis analysts buzzed about her left-handed finesse, her uncanny shot selection, and the quiet fire in her game. But in the third round, everything unraveled. A double fault on match point, a misdone volley. Miscommunication. The dream crumbled under the weight of pressure and precision. The loss hit harder than she expected. For a moment, the world spun slower. Social media buzzed with disappointment. Headlines read, Eala's early exit. Talent meets trouble on clay. But Alex didn't need headlines to feel a weight. She carried it in her bones. She packed her rackets in silence. On the flight home, earbuds in and hoodie drawn tight, she replayed the match in her mind, over and over. Her mind screamed questions her heart couldn't yet answer. Was I not ready? Did I let her down? Am I just not built for this surface? But buried beneath the doubts was a spark, small, defiant, and quietly growing. The reset. Home in Manila. The heat felt different. It wasn't the crisp spring air of Paris. It was humid, sticky, real, a reminder of where it all began. She returned to the courts where she'd first gripped a racket at age 4. Everything looked smaller now, but the dream still echoed. Her childhood coach, Coach Nestor, still ran drills with kids wearing oversized shoes and dreams even bigger than theirs. He watched her approach with a raised eyebrow. Back so soon? She shrugged, needed to breathe. He didn't pry. Instead, he handed her a bucket of balls and pointed at the baseline. Then hit. No cameras here, just the game. So she hit. Forehand, backhand, volley, slice. The rhythm slowly returned, but more importantly, so did the reason. She remembered the joy, not the pressure. The love of the game, not the wave expectation. Later that week, her younger brother, Michael, tagged along. Between practice sessions, he joked, filmed silly TikToks, and challenged her to friendly matches, where the loser had to buy Tahoe. One afternoon, as the sun dipped below Manila's skyline, he asked, "You really going back next year?" She nodded. Stronger. The grind. The months that followed were brutal by design. Alex joined a training program in Mallorca, returning to the Rafa Naval Academy, her second home. The drills intensified. Hours on the court were followed by strength training, mental coaching, and deep dives into match footage. She studied doubles strategy with a scholar's precision, angles, signals, transitions at the net. She partnered with new players in challenger events across Europe, tuning her instincts, rebuilding her confidence. She played in Belgrade, then Bucharest, reaching quarterfinals, then semis. Not wins yet, but steps. But perhaps the biggest transformation wasn't physical. During a rain delay in Prague, her new coach, Claudia Moreno, a former doubles champion, sat beside her in the locker room. Doubles isn't just about two rackets, Claudia said. It's about breathing together. One heartbeat. Trust. Chemistry. Alex nodded. I want that. You'll have to earn it. She did. She called old partners, asked hard questions. She learned to lead on court, but also to listen. She built not just shots, but relationships. She learned when to call for the poach, when to let her partner shine, when to hold steady at the baseline like an anchor. By the time the 2025 French Open drew near, Eala was no longer the rising star haunted by past loss. She was a seasoned player, armed with experience, humility, and fire. The return. The gates of Roland Garros felt familiar now. This time, she was paired with an up-and-coming Czech player, Elena-Gabriela, whose net game was surgical. The two had found rhythm in the months leading up, winning a small ITF title in Morocco, then reaching the finals in Strasbourg. Their chemistry was electric and unmistakable. From the first round in Paris, they played like sisters. One word, one glance, and they moved as a unit. Alex's deep returns set up Elena's finishes. Elena's reflexes freed Alex to take more risks. The crowd noticed. Commentators raved. In the third round, the very stage where she had fallen the year before, they faced the reigning champions. Tension crackled in the air. The memory of last year's failure whispered at the edges. But this time, Alex met the moment head-on. In the final set tie-break at 6-6, her hands didn't tremble. She called for a serve and volley play. Bold. Unexpected. The serve was wide. Elena crashed the net. The return came fast, but Alex anticipated it, slicing a drop shot so delicate it seemed to float in slow motion. Winners. They won the match. She didn't cry. Not yet. But as they hugged at the net, she looked to the clay beneath her feet and whispered, I'm still here. The semifinal and beyond. They reached the semifinals before falling in a grueling 3-set battle. It hurt. Of course it did. But it wasn't the same kind of pain. Because this time, she had left it all on the court. She had rewritten the story. In the press conference, a reporter asked, what changed between last year and now? Alex smiled, her voice steady. Last year, I thought I had something to prove. This year, I had something to build. And I'm still building. She added, losses don't define you. What you do after them does. The legacy in motion. Back home, the Philippine flag flew a little prouder. Kids mimicked her strokes in barangay courts. Local tennis clubs saw a spike in membership. And young girls whispered her name in the same breath as Serena, Iga, and Naomi. But Alex knew her journey was still unfolding. The goal wasn't just to win. It was to grow, to inspire, to endure. A week after Paris, she posted on Instagram, the clay taught me to fall, but it also taught me how to rise. French Open 2026, I'm not done with you yet. #ComeBackStronger, #Elon Clay.